Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grand Finals! We are in Europe. It's the Marvel Rivals Championship. And we are on console. Best of 7 is our setup here. Season 0, Doom's Rise. I'm pretty sure I just covered all of the setups here. Oh, we're on Spider's Island Convoy. Let's get this going. I am still sick, as I'm sure you can hear, but I'm still going to give you the best I can for this matchup. SmelvinIND on the left, Oblivion on the right. Looking at the time in real life here as I'm recording this, which is actually going to be yesterday by the time you guys see this video, because I'm currently really just like laying the track down in front of me as I go right now because I am sick. We're, looks like just under a month away, or just over a month away, just under a month, I think, away from Season 1 beginning. Oblivion taking out the Hela. Smelvin removing the Mantis. Doctor Strange going to be protected, as is the Black Panther. We just saw one of the most intense matchups we have ever seen as our lower bracket final. Fully recommend watching that, where Hench Hippo went up against Flush, where they had an intense duel over those Wolverines, with 12 playing the Wolverine and Flush on the Black Panther. Hench Hippo playing both of those heroes, really had their work cut out for them. Iron Man going to be taken out of action here. With Strange on the board, they choose to leave up that Incredible Hulk for good reason. They have Lemon Elk. Absolute beast of a player. There goes that Wolverine, so limiting Hench Hippo to the Black Panther or to one of their other options. Now, Oblivion came out of their lower bracket final leaning heavily on the double melee style that their opponents were running, so they actually tried to adjust into that. But if you look at this, Star-Lord has been left available. Leo picking that up immediately, but Felix almost forever getting banned out on that Star-Lord, but not going for it yet. I don't think this composition from Oblivion is going to be what's going to roll out of the gate, if I am honest. Leo swapping off the Star-Lord, going to be bringing out the Namor. A little bit of a more defensive play here, prevents any flanks from someone like potentially that Star-Lord, can help play against him here. Interesting positioning there for that Aquatic Dominion. Leo's just having a little bit of fun. Let's introduce the players. We have not done that yet in this grand final. We have Leo on that Namor. Kieran playing the Lunar Snow. Josh is on the Psylocke. Adore playing Doctor Strange. Dinas on the Loki. And Grooting will be on the Incredible Hulk. On the other side, in the red trunks, it is Oblivion with Lemon Elk playing the Incredible Hulk. Keldon on the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. Chowfan on Loki. Hench Hippo on the Black Panther. Felix playing Magic. And Jelklord will be on that Lunar Snow. So very similar, except for the damage, where they are completely different. Everything else matching up pretty perfectly here. Lemon Elk taking a little bit of damage off on the flank, but is still trying to search for any opportunity for some pressure. In fact, trying to dive onto a door, but you can already see the Leo with that Aquatic Dominion and Frozen Spawn, utilizing that buff that they have from the Lunar Snow to maximize the pressure of anyone trying to flank. And of course, really drop the damage output on anyone trying to push in. A little bit of damage being counter-dealt there, but they take out Felix, who's trying to pressure in. Lemon Elk dropped down into that Bruce Banner form, forced to back up. Regeneration Domain runes dropped by Loki. As Chowfan will allow their team to escape, but they will go down in the process. Keldon dropping low. Lemon Elk back into Hulk form. But Smelvin holding strong. Smelvin coming in from the upper bracket. Oblivion from the lower bracket. No map advantage here. Josh poking away. A little bit of damage being dealt. Trying to focus onto Keldon. Keldon taking quite a bit of damage. Big dive coming in from the Venom on the side as Lemon Elk swapped off, and Hench Hippo will be the first to fall. Chowfan going down as Josh is pressuring them all the way back to spawn. Looking to take out Keldon on the wraparound as well. Cloak of Levitation will buy some time And looks like it may protect them as they return to the rest of their team. In the meantime, Lemonade consistently being a harasser, trying to get some damage done, but will get taken out here. And Smelvin holding firm right now, not even looking to struggle at this early stage. Rooting was dropped into Banner, transforms back. Chaofan swaps off the Loki onto the Cloak and Dagger now. Eye of Agamotto comes out from Adorn as they try to push back Oblivion. Chaofan gets stunned out. Counter Eye of Agamotto, though, is allowing Keldon to try and push up. Fast descent from Hen's Hippo as they're trying to burst through this defensive line, but the Fate of Both Worlds is allowing them to tank through, and Hen's Hippo is suddenly a little bit alone. Felix is trying to deal with Grooting, but that Hulk smash will shut that down. Gets stunned out with the radioactive lockdown. Felix is serious trouble. Does the butterflies from Josh, where they have basically no hit points left, but they're still able to push on through. Oblivion shut down once more. Gelclaw even finished off by Grooting. And 1 minute to go for Oblivion to try and make something happen here, because this composition does not appear to be finding the abilities they want, although Felix actually picking up a elimination there onto Josh. Wrapping around for the main engage, pushing deep, looking to try and get onto that back line. Darkchild, they force them all backwards at that secondary point. Regeneration Domain is buying them a little bit of time, but Phoenix is getting focused down, taking a lot of damage here, getting good damage out as well, but they once again seem to be a little outnumbered. There's a hold of Proteus to buy the Smelvin a little bit more time so they can try and go for the counter play. Eye of Agamotto comes out, dodged by Felix, who continues to pressure. Trying to get onto Adore there, but Adore is just taking through this Grooting with the assist. The card has made it to the stairs, but they can't seem to break through. Dinas, with these regeneration domain runes, is helping their team tank beautifully here. Eye of Agamotto from above, but Dinas dodges it, trying to keep Kieran up, which they do, which allows for the Fate of Both Worlds, giving the maximum possible tankiness for the side of Smelvin. They're trying to push on through. Kieran on the point with the extra healing. Rooting has the Hulk smash if they need it to try and buy a little bit of extra time. Here it comes, Hulk smash to try and tank through. Fast descent, Hench Hippo into the backline, but there's a second Fate of Both Worlds coming out from Logan to try and tank through as Oblivion appear to be melting. Kieran does fall, but the boys and girls and anyone in between from Oblivion are starting to get whittled down, but the frontliners, the tanks, are still here. Still being that vanguard, trying to tank through, hold the overtime, stay on the point. Lemonade has to tank through it. Perfect shield at almost 0 for maximum possible sustain. They're holding it as best they can, but they can't stay on that point. They're getting forced off. Josh on the flank is doing too much work here. They're too outnumbered, and that's gonna be 0 points, 85 meters, 83 centimeters for Oblivion. Can Smelvin push further? That was a strong composition by them. Let's see what they go for. Are we going to see a mix-up? Yes, we are, by the looks of it. Ooh, Felix is considering it. Are they going to stick with that double melee? Or do they go back to what they know works? That Star-Lord is available. Felix is considering it. It's a high-pressure situation right now. It's the grand finals. Smelvin currently just sticking with exactly what they played last time because it worked very well. Felix on one of their other mains, bringing out the Psylocke of their own. In fact, they are just going to match Oblivion. Very similar to their match versus Goiter Team, where Goiter Team was the team that adjusted first basically every time, and Oblivion reacted to them. And while it did lead to a victory for Oblivion in Game 7 of that Best of 7 series, it did give Goiter Team a couple points where they might have not been able to otherwise if Oblivion reacted quicker. So now Oblivion matching their opponent's draft. It is a better defensive draft than the double melees they would have been running otherwise. So this may not be a copy, it may just be a defensive, sensible reaction here. They are running in that Cloak and Dagger as well. Up to the high ground. Portal. coming in here. A door being forced to turn around, realizing their team has been dove past here. Oh, to cut off the defense, split the team in two here. Very interesting. That will buy a little bit of time for Oblivion. For Smelvin, sorry, but Smelvin that dropped the portal. Giving them that extra push-up by using it as a wall to prevent Oblivion from really just getting much damage on them. They've allowed that cart to get all the way to the stairs, meaning we now have 3 minutes of holding the cart exactly here. They cannot afford to give up many more meters here. They've got 12 meters in it. Adora is getting focused down. Very creative usage of the portals by Adora here, but they try to push up. They've already taken down Lemon Elk. Or not. So Lemon Elk, despite showing, we got a little bit of an observer bug. It has happened before. Lemon Elk's attacking through. Gelclord and Felix take down Leo and Kieran. Kelda gets Adora, and Oblivion, completely different this round, are able to start blasting through the members of Smelvin. They hold the car at 73 meters, 52 centimeters. 12 meters, 30 centimeters in it. But they can't really afford to give up any distance here. Leo on the flag finds Felix. They go into the 1v1. Very quick pickup on the Oceanic Dominion. Lemon Elk comes in, turns it into a 2v1, and that's going to force Leo to back away, retreat back to the Loki. Adore trying to hold the front line, trying to give them that little bit of extra space as they're pushed in. Grooting helping out as they've taken out Gelclord, pushing forward. Fate of both worlds from both teams to give them that extra tankiness. Aya Magamoto dropped early by Keldon, which means the door has a little bit more freedom now. Dodges one. Aya Magamoto on the counter, stuns out Lemon Elk, sends them into that Bruce Banner form with Chow Fan and Lemon Elk now down. Keldon falls, and the numbers advantage is snowballing for Smelvin. The card is moving, and that's going to be game number 1 going over to Smelvin. Smelvin take the lead and go 1-0 up in this series. They have already played against Oblivion early in the tournament, and they did come out ahead there. Kieran taking the MVP, 19k healing. Actually, one of the low. In fact, yeah, Kieran got MVP and actually got the lowest healing numbers of any of the strategists. Less than Dinas, 100 less than Gelclord, 500 less than Chowfan. But still a well-deserved MVP there. Getting 7k damage, significantly more than any of the other healers. 5 pickups, 5 final hits. Tied second highest in the game. Kieran was helping when they were needed and still kept up in the healing. There's barely anything in it. Big shout out to Dinas though, never getting eliminated. Same with Grooting. Able to juggle their lives beautifully. Top damage blocks going over to Keldon, 27k, beating out Grooting by 5k there. Very close between the two. And top damage is going to be going over to 17k, which will be Adore. Playing quite aggressively with that Doctor Strange. Maelstrom of Madness to get maximum damage output. This is even without, with the Hulk buff, so they're still able to get that Gamma bonus. Pre the nerf to this ability where the damage falls off over distances. This is a Season 0 tournament. Dooms rise, not Eternal Night Falls. So, 1-0 in this best out of 7 goes over to Smelvin as we get ourselves set up for map number 2. If you're enjoying this, then make sure to leave a comment, a subscription, a like perhaps. If you really want to support, then you can become a member and get these videos a day early. Whenever possible. Of course, I do have this cold. There might be a day in the future, if it doesn't get better anytime soon, where I might have to take a break. But until then, doing my best for y'all. Doing my absolute best whenever I can. Speaking of which, question for the comments for today before we head into the break for map number 2. If you, from what you are seeing, if you saw The European PC champions go up against the European console champions. Leave the comment after the end of this video, so you have to watch to the end. Who do you think would win? There is crossplay. We could just find out. If there are any sponsors out there who'd like to sponsor a show match for like NA and EU, I don't have context for Asia, unfortunately, yet. But if there are any sponsors out there who'd like to make something happen, I have tournament running experience, used to do stuff for ESL. But leave a comment. Who do you think would win? Let's get set up for map number 2.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody is right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you ever...
And we are in, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 2. It will be Yggdrasil Path. Defense starting off for Smelvin. Oblivion starting off on attack, same as last game so far. As we head into the bans, Hella once again getting removed, immediate, instant Mantis ban. While Dinas does like their Mantis, Chaofan has been seen to lead on it quite heavily, really seems to be a favourite of theirs. So they're just continuing to ban that out, which is so interesting. Because you see other teams, like Goida Team, they focused on banning Felix. But we're not seeing that out of Smelvin. They're focusing onto the strategist players. Wolverine, once again, makes it through the... Sorry, the Wolverine this time is saved from the ban phase. Last time they saved Black Panther. Doctor Strange being protected, giving a door all the tools they need. There we go. It is going to be Oblivion this time who reacts. This happened to them previously when Lemonelk started getting banned out a little bit. The reaction started coming in to try and punish that incredible Hulk play. But in this case, Oblivion may have identified the fact that Smelvin's Adore is getting heavily empowered by Grooting on that Hulk. So removing it from play, they're trusting on their own versatility and flexibility to find the space they need. We already know that Lemonelk, they can do many different things. They can bring out a Groot. They can bring out... You can see there, they were hovering over Captain America. Right now, it looks like they're going to go with the classic Asia PC style defense. The Doctor Strange and the Magneto. With Henshipo back on that Wolverine. And Felix on attack will be playing the Namor. Very cool to see. Really leading away, though, from that Star-Lord. It got banned out so often, and now we're just not seeing it played at all. What is the play here for Oblivion? Felix now adjusting to the Iron Man. In spawn, though, without a Hulk. There, well, there's the Star-Lord. And they tried to persuade Jokerlord to swap to that Adam Warlock. I think they might actually be. That might be the play. We'll see what they go for here. Leo bringing out the Moon Knight. We don't see it too often. Josh. Psylocke. Last second swap away from the Hawkeye. I mean, they're going to be a little late. There we go. As we predicted, Jokerlord moving over to Adam Warlock. No, never mind. Started as Adam Warlock. They swap it last moment here. Really keeping us on our toes. Teasing us with that Star-Lord. But now, though, Felix starting off on the Namor. Piling on the pressure, trusting onto Lemonelk on that Doctor Strange this time to keep them going as Keldon bringing out the Magneto. Leo on the high ground on the broken statue, getting some damage output. There's the Wolverine, isolation onto a door. That's going to be first blood as they push on through. Oblivion, much more momentum this time. Way better start. They take out Leo as well. And this is the Oblivion we've seen in the previous matchups, with Felix having the freedom to just get that damage output, and they trust Hench Hippo with the distractions they've afforded themselves to find targets, isolate them, and give them the space they need to push on in, taking out Grooting on the Groot how appropriate. Trying to blast through everything they have left. There's the Fate of both worlds to buy time to hold this at neutral, trying to take out the Arc, because we are actually seeing Oblivion getting focused down here. They will be forced to back up, retreat, reset here. Smelvin will hold it. Just a few centimeters away. Gonna be holding the line here. Felix respawning. Lot of pressure being dropped here by a door. Trying to just zone them back. Grooting getting those walls up. Not yet being able to split the team in two. Instead just going to wall them off. You can see that. Wall up immediately being dropped. If they don't get the isolation, is it worth committing? Meteor M coming in from Keldon. Trying to drop it to the backline, but the Fate of both worlds will cancel that out here. Horde of Proteus came out to find... No, it wasn't Horde of Proteus, sorry. Nothing came out. They do not find it, as we do see Fate of both worlds. From Jelklord with the copy, trying to help the team tank through. Dance on the butterflies from Josh onto the back line, but the Fate of both worlds from Chowfan now, allowing them to tank through, finding no pickup. There's the Horde of Proteus and the Eye of Agamotto. Two members of Smelvin are crowd controlled. A door will be the first one to fall. There comes the Hand of Khonshu, pre-buff and pre-bug. There is a bug with that ability right now. They're going to be able to take out Chowfan and Jelklord, but Grooting does go down. Oblivion, they aren't getting the best of these fights. Great arc there, but a little bit too much momentum as Oblivion will take point number one. Already doing significantly better than the first game here. And again, making their way in. Door continuing to try and be that frontliner. Leo up to the high ground. Would love to be able to find a position and opportunity where they can maybe drop an Onk. For now, just taking out the Aquatic Dominions. Moon Knight taking out those regeneration domain runes. The group walls beginning to split the team just a little bit. Exactly what they're looking for. Eye of Agamotto from a door into the backline. Takes out two. Wolverine, last stand, dives into the backline, gets picked off immediately. That's going to be a 5-for-1 in favor of Smelvin on this defense. Leo just waiting for the stairs to spawn so they can make their way back up to that high ground. Goodbye, the high ground. Picked off very quickly. The wraparound play spotted immediately by Leo. So now they have the right angle. They also have a Hand of Khonshu area. The terrain absolutely ruining Leo's day right now, making everything difficult. Here comes Meteor M into the backline, dodged beautifully. Here comes the Hand of Khonshu into the choke point with the straggling prison. It's an absolute massacre. A door goes down, but so do four members of Oblivion. Off the side, Hench Hippo knows there's no reason trying to stagger that. That's going to be a full team wipe. That was gorgeous synergy. Stairs respawn. Already. Absolutely ready. Who's blowing up these stairs? Looks like Loki. Blasting away at those stairs. Arc is dropped. But ignoring the Arc, instead going for those Aquatic Dominions. Supporting the team instead of going for pickups here. Lemon Elk takes a lot of damage. Horde of Proteus into the backline, but again, Leo is consistently untouched here. Chowfan with the Fate of both worlds, allowing them to try and push on through as they are piling on the pressure here, getting good damage output. In fact, with the damage boost. Big focus onto the back. You can see Josh with that Psylocke trying to pressure Chowfan in the back. Hench Hippo Looking for their opportunity. Finds Grooting. Beautiful curving dash. But that's too much healing coming out. Kieran with their own Fate of both worlds right now, keeping the team alive as they try to push back. Regeneration domains may shut that down though. And in fact, you will see Smelvin a little bit more cautious about deciding to dive in. There's the Wolverine dive. Last stand comes in. Head Shippo goes down. Dinas with the steal once again onto that Fate of both worlds. Meteor M tags beautifully. Straggling Vines. Hand of Khonshu. And it's another massacre. Moon Knight plus Groot. Do not be surprised if you see it in Season 1, unless they do something about that Moon Knight ultimate, either the bug or even the buff. Do not be surprised if we see that combo coming in Season 1. Portal from behind. Adore has the point. And Ayamagamoto right off the back. Stuns out the damage. Felix, Gelclord. Grooting goes down to Head Hippo once again. But numbers already in favor of Smelvin. Chaofan buying their team a little bit of time though with that Fate of both worlds, allowing Lemon to take out Kieran. Numbers even up. Pushing forward. Head Hippo trying to find anyone who stepped out of position because Adore has already backed up, realizing that that fight is lost. And it's better if they just let it go. Try and defend a little bit further back. Are they going to be able to defend this? Adore tackled away from their team. Focused down. Another hand of Khonshu. Gets a pickup onto Chaofan, but Kieran and Grooting are melted by Head Hippo and Felix. Point number 2 is acquired. And Oblivion. They're cutting it close, but they're making it work here. Head Shippo going to be taking out these Dinas clones. Cowden playing quite far forward. Trying to get a little bit of pressure, trying to give space for that cart to move. Cowden and Lemon Elk. The big frontline players. Grooting right now, splitting the team in two with those Groot Walls, but the Groot Walls are going down very quickly here. Trying to get them while they're grouped up. There's the Fate of both worlds, trying to chase them all the way back to spawn. You can see the patience coming out from Oblivion, trying to hold on to their ultimates. They do pop the regeneration domain, which is a fairly long cooldown, but now they've been able to zone out. Here comes Dance of the Butterfly from Felix into the backline, takes out Leo, looks for more. Grooting has the positioning to try and group them all up and go for a blow up if they can, but without Leo, will they even try? Fate of both worlds for the counter here. Gelclord with the copy. Fate of both worlds coming out. Able to block out Josh completely. Felix takes out Adore and Oblivion. They've got the momentum here. Pushing forward. Here comes Leo retreating all the way back to spawn. And this is Oblivion pushing in, literally guarding the spawn point. Felix waiting, finds Josh on the flank, able to pick him off. That is huge. The dash in. Leo stunned out, getting focused out, takes a little bit of damage. Did drop that hand of Khonshu for a little bit of extra damage. Throws down the Arc, thinking they might just hit Psylocke by accident. Dive coming in from Adore, who quickly swaps to the Venom so they have a faster rollout. Grooting not doing the same. Grooting respawning. No, Grooting does swap as well. Grooting bringing out Spider-Man to try and give them that quick rollout to get onto the point, to be there, to try and help, but the Dance of the Butterfly damage is too high, and Oblivion takes the triple. The pressure is now on. 3 points to Oblivion, looking to take their first map in this best of 7 series. Not even getting a single point last round. Now they already have the triple, meaning Smelvin have to match it in order to force an overtime. If Smelvin wants to extend their lead, the pressure is on. How do they adjust their composition? So far, it looks like they don't. Despite going down that game, they still feel confident. Oblivion. Similar story. Keeping it the same. Felix off of the Namora once again. Sticking with the Psylocke that they closed out the round with. With a spray for good measure. Love to see it. There we go. We're starting to see some potential swap arounds. We'll see if they roll out with this. Josh hovering the Punisher right now. Punisher and Moon Knight.
The battle starts in 5.
Who have together resulted in one of my favorite comic panels. Absolutely wonderful. Nice little conversation between two good friends. Groot Walls trying to give a door the space to Portal. They're going for a big backline dive right off the bat here. Oh, interesting. Is this for Josh? Yes, it is. Portal into the backline. Not the best angle here, but they're still able to get good damage output here. They drop the portal, force the enemies to react to it, and then send out the culling turret while they push the front line, pushing them back into the push. Lovely job there, and that's going to be Smelvin pushing back Oblivion. An absolute massacre coming out the gate. Utilizing the culling turret with the strange portal and door, showing once again just how creative they can be with these portals. One more defense will be dropped by Oblivion before this cart makes it all the way in. Keldon, Lemino, both already down on this low ground. Hedge Hippo trying to zone people away here. Diving in, finds Grooting. Dropped incredibly low, though. They need some of that healing. They get the shield just in time, but they're still outnumbered, still taken out. And Smelvin, a nice, fairly calm and collective push on in there. Leo continuing to just clean out defensive positions here. Making really good use. Josh off of the Punisher, back on Psylocke, as we saw harassing Hedge Hippo earlier. Hedge Hippo up on the high ground, waiting for someone to overstep so that they can just be isolated. Hedge Hippo in, diving in, tries to get a door, but is still completely surrounded by enemies, has the last stand. There comes the regeneration domain. Hedge Hippo tries to get out, but is punished for their dive. Dinas and Leo, though, do go down. Kieran, Fate of both worlds, allowing the team to continue pushing forward. Here comes the dance of the butterfly from Josh onto the back line, trying to tank through, but they don't pick anyone up here. Oblivion in retreat, but standing, tanking. Able to potentially remount an attack here. They have every ultimate except for Last Stand. That is an incredible group route there with the straggling prison. Hand of Khonshu. Damaging all the way through. Felix and Chaofan are able to survive, but Lemonog and Keldon, the frontliners, get blasted here. The combo lands one more time. Hedge Hippo in full retreat. And that's likely going to be Josh. Dropping low, barely getting out of there. Being chased down by Felix. But Felix can't find the finishing blow. Getting as much damage on the backline as possible. Getting stunned out by Luna Snow up to the high ground. Back into their team's healing. The cart has been locked down here. Has been delayed. Aya Vagamoto coming out, a door, stunned through, has a counter if they want to. Holding on to it, being patient, dropping in last second, stuns out Chaofan and Keldon, both of which fall. And Smelvin being able to be patient, hold on to their ultimates, mean that their dreams of armoritage are still alive as they try to move in with this cart and Stormbreaker.
I was worried. The vehicle reached a checkpoint.
Point number 2 down. They can get to the end of this path in 4 minutes, then they will even this up and will be heading to a tiebreaker. Kieran pressuring in as best they can. Josh with Dance of the Butterfly, but does not want to use it in isolation. You want your team to be grouped up. Felix on the other side. Also with their Dance of the Butterfly, Sonic Stealth into the back line, trying to pressure onto Kieran, gets dropped low, but that's going to be another regeneration domain, shutting that down completely, meaning the Phoenix is now a little bit on their own, but they're not being punished. That's another hand of Khonshu with the straggling prison, but this time, finding no one. The angle's a little bit off. They are able to pick off Keldon on the other side. Chaofan trying to keep everyone else up in this fight. Leo with the arc doing good damage output, but they're not able to finish the job. And Chippo being forced to back out a little bit. The damage output, Josh continuing to harass. And Chippo pushing forward. He wants a target, but everyone is too mobile, too far back. Make it very hard for them to choose the engage angle. Kieran already back into that fate of both worlds. Rooting, getting healed up. Regeneration domains being focused down. Wolverine, last stand, dives in, but they don't find anyone. Everyone tags through. Another hand of Khonshu, this time perfectly angled, but they still tag through. Oblivion, once again in retreat, but so resilient. They're not falling, but it might be changing very soon as Ayamagamoto comes out. They get 2, make it 3. Lemon Elk, Henshippo, Chaofan, Gelclord, Felix, and Keldon. All that is left on this defense. Groot trying to zone off the defensive points. Portal to prevent anyone from exiting. Is it going to be enough? Does it fully block off the exit? They're a little stuck. They're a little stuck. Wolverine found the gap. Wolverine's out. And Chippo diving onto the point. Going to try and buy some time for the rest of the team, but they're getting focused down immediately. They found a little escape route here. Keldon with the Meteor M. Felix does the butterfly, expires, but there it is. There's another strangling prison. Does the butterflies from Josh. Shuts down the defense, and that's going to be another triple. Meaning we are heading to a tiebreak on map number 2.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference.
This now comes down to who can get the furthest. Maximum score you can get here is obviously 6 by getting another 3 on top of the 3 you already have. Do either of these teams adjust their composition? Do you isolate any weaknesses, any issues? Looks like so far no. Grooting trolling their team a little bit here.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds.
No switch ups for Smelvin. Sticking with the exact same draft as last time. It worked out on the attack, but tried it again on defense. Oblivion. Also, by the looks of it, sticking with the same draft. Felix hovering. They were considering a Star-Lord earlier, but with Psylocke available, can make Star-Lord's life a little bit more difficult. So they're once again just going to run it back, exact same strat.
We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
A little bit of damage, psionic stealth, psychic stealth on the flank. A little bit of poke, dueling with Josh. We'll be backing away. Head Chippo seeing if they follow it up. Up to the high ground. A door. Trying to zone them out. They're very spread out as Smelvin. This does put them at risk of Hedge Hippo isolations. There is one onto Grooting, who's in serious trouble. Dropped down. When it works, it is spectacular. But it's the when it works that has been the issue a couple times here as Lemon Elk continues to hold down that front line. Keldon getting healed up slowly. Another isolation, this time onto a door, who is focused down, launched into orbit. Tanking through best they can, and once again, Oblivion on attack. Snowballing through this, and Smelvin. This is going to be feeling a little bit familiar here as point 2 is hit. Both of these teams having a little bit of trouble on the defense here. Feeling much more comfortable attacking. Leo gliding in. Grooting. Not having that straggling prison yet, so they will not be able to wombo immediately. Isolated, targeted, Wolverine taken down. This Groot having a heck of a rough time. Kieran trying to keep the team standing. Dinas in kind, further back. Trying to heal up, keep the team going. Regeneration Domain not at the ready, meaning they're stuck with autos for healing. Doing their best. Clones taken out though, spreading a little bit of that damage. Gonna be dropping it. Regeneration Domain buying a little bit of extra time, but Ivagamoto from Lemon Elk as they try to move in. Here comes Wolverine. There's the Lunar Snow with the little bit of extra healing from that. Fate of both worlds. Leo took out Phoenix. Hedge Hippo dropped low, and it looks like Oblivion's push may finally be put a stop to. But no, Josh gonna fall here as Hedge Hippo dove in deep. Gelclord, their Fate of both worlds expires as well as they try to push forward. Regeneration Domain from Dinas here as they try to hold this, try to push on through. But Adore is finally getting the momentum they need. They are pushing forward, getting so much damage output. Not enough to finish the job, though. They're holding it. Dinas takes out Lemon Elk, though, with that front line gone. This may be the end of the push for Oblivion as Smelvin are forcing them back, leaving just Keldon to try and hold. Keldon and Henshippo. Keldon goes down. Henshippo has to stay on the point, so they can't dive off too much here, but down they go, and that's going to be another point for Oblivion. And 87 meters, 52 centimeters. If Smelvin can beat that, then they will not only go up in the series, but they will get that 5 points, which I guess does mean the exact same thing. Will take them up in the series by 1 map. Good job, Brain. I am on so much anti-cold medication right now. Doing my absolute best to sound not the most nasaliest person in the world. And there's nothing I can do about that because I am the most nasally person in the world right now. Josh, back on the Punisher. Same plan again, perhaps? We will have to wait and see. Oblivion on the defense. Hedge Hippo. We know they can play it as well. They're bringing out the Moon Knight. Sensible. They did struggle with that Wolverine when on defense. Seems to work way better on attack here, where you know your opponents are going to be entrenched. You can remove them from that defensive position. Whereas the Moon Knight, potentially better at breaking these assaults. Lemon Elk, also on the Groot. Again, Oblivion, matching their opponents. Taking their opponent's strategy and running with it. Grooting, moving on to... Oh, interesting. That's a little rough. Groot Wall sends them up to the high ground. There we go. Is the portal even going to be in the right position now? Let's have a look for Josh. Oh, they got a little bit... Hey! Counter portal! Shutting it down! Good reaction. Josh swaps the Psylocke. That's really smart. Well done, Keldon, who is now back onto this Doctor Strange. Grooting back onto the Groot off of that Magneto. Keldon trying to hold, though. Even though they shut down that portal play, they're still being driven back hard mode. All the way into the hallway. Rotating around to the doorway so they can touch the cart that way. But this is Smelvin looking strong right now, snowballing through this. Josh trying to set themselves up, Grooting to out Chow Fan. Felix goes down to Josh. And that is point 1, picked up fast. 1 minute 26, plus overtime to get 87 meters. Kieran, 9% away from Fate of both worlds. Chow Fan, 15% away. Hedge Hippo, about to have that hand of Khonshu. But there's no straggling prison from Lemon Elk available yet. Taking out the Og. The Moon Knights are dueling. Josh tries to jump in there, gets immediately punished. Adore dropping low. Dance of the Butterflies. Immediately drops the hand of Khonshu to try and bind himself the limit of extra time, but Lemon Elk has already been taken out. Chow Fan with the Fate of both worlds to try and tag through. Kieran mimicking in kind. trying to set their team up for a great counter push. Here comes Grooting, straggling Prison, finds no one, which is why it's very good that Leo actually went down there. Not going to be burning that hand of Conchu yet. A door focused down, will likely fall here. The healing output is good, but they're taking so much damage. They are actually surviving this. The healing is perfect here. Lemon out. Eye of Agamotto comes out, buys a little bit of time for the team. Lemon trying to punish, trying to push forward, gets taken out though. The cart is still moving. Keldon getting pushed back. They gotta get on that point, but they need some help for it. Overtime ticks. Adore trying to zone them, cut them off in the corridor. There's the group walls. Just every layer of group wall they can as that cart moves forward. They burst through it. Leo with the hand of Conchu getting good damage. Tinas is taken out, but Leo has taken Keldon on the other side. Hedge Hippo falls as the cart moves in.
5, 2, 4.
And Smelvin go 2-0 up in this best of 5. But that was so much closer than game number 1. While Smelvin hold on to their lead and Kieran gets yet another MVP. The fact is, this matchup is getting closer and closer. 18 final hits, 27 eliminations normally would be extremely impressive. But then you look at Smelvin, 20 and 24 final hits for Leo and Josh, with 48 and 47 eliminations, 49 for Adore. Top damage, 43k by Leo. Putting on a clinic with this Moon Knight. Damage blocked. 81k, almost identical between Grooting and Lemonelk. Both putting on a show for their team here. Lemonelk, though, with 5k additional damage. Grooting with 3 more final hits. So a little bit of swings and roundabouts between the two teams there. Healing, pretty much a crapshoot. Everyone's 52 to 55k. There's basically nothing in it. Yes, Smelvin get a little bit more healing, like 3k total. But it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. Between all 4 of the strategists. These teams are getting closer and closer. Oblivion is creeping closer and closer. I would not be surprised to see Oblivion take the next map. At the rate they're improving, they're starting to get just better and better each time. And at this rate, I can easily see them taking map number 3, which is what we're going to be heading into now. Smelvin 2-0 up. Will they set themselves up for match point? Or will we see Oblivion make a comeback? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Could be special if I get rid of the devils. They think that I am a rebel. I think they want me to settle. There's nobody on my level. They think that work is too stressful. I think that work is essential. The grind is all in your mental. And I don't think you understand what I'll go through just to be in control of my life soon. All the negativity, man, I'm immune. I don't really need a mask with all I've been through. I've been making changes for the ages. 5-10 year plans are contagious. I attack that shit, I'm tenacious. And if you ain't, get the fuck out of my way then. Got one life, I won't regret it. I will fight until I get it. I'll look back one day from heaven and say, damn, I learned some lessons. And say, damn, I have no questions. I had fun in every second.
And we are back. 1 map away for match point for Smelvin. 2 maps away from Smelvin becoming your first Europe console champions in Season 0. Oblivion. They need to start putting some points on the board here. Hella, Wolverine, Hedge Hippo, starting to get target banned once again because that was scary. But so far, Chaofan is being allowed through the draft right now. There it is. I was wondering if this would happen. It's time to ban Doctor Strange. Adore is creative with these portals. They're doing so much damage. It's dictating the game right now. At this point, you might just be better off getting rid of it. You know you can play stuff like the Magneto. You know you've got some creative picks here. Lemonade can play a beautiful Hulk. We've got Keldon currently hovering Thor. They've got options. And they have shown before that they can just go for a maximum backline dive composition and just destroy everyone. Problem. Smelvin are going to make this difficult because that Hulk snuck through the ban, and that's going to allow Leo to bring out their Iron Man. And that is a very scary prospect. With Leo having Iron Man, you want people to distract away from them. And we see Smelvin going for a similar style. What if we distract by being hyper-aggressive? Adore hovering the Venom. Josh on the Magic. We're not going to look at that. Grooting on the Hulk. We're going over to this team. Oblivion. They're also going hyper-aggressive. Felix on the Magic. Hench Hippo on the Black Panther. But the difference is they're going double melee on the damage and having Keldon to try and protect them. So they have more damage output on their divers than Oblivion do, with their range being the front line to protect them, as opposed for Smelvin relying on that Iron Man to just siege from a distance. Because right now, who can hit them? Chaofan? Chaofan can hit them. Lemon Oak might be able to dive it. Phoenix might be able to dive it. Hedgehipper might be able to dive it. But if Leo positions correctly, it's going to make it very difficult. Hell's Heaven is the map. Domination. First one so far of this series. Upgrading Unibeam to try and melt down the Loki, which they do, turning onto Keldon, trying to just push on through. Absolute devastation here by Leo. And as we called, who is there to deal with this Iron Man? The answer is legitimately no one. And as such, the call has been made. It was held on for this long. Sorry about the pause. But Felix has finally decided, even without a Adam Warlock, that it's time for Star-Lord. Peter the Lord is here. Venom diving in. Felix kiting back. Hypermobile gets that protection from the Magneto. The value of Magneto being your main defensive frontliner. Now trying to just play evasive, but Leo actually wins the 1v1. Felix getting close there, but Leo in the Unibeam was able to target point blank. Absolute devastation, but finds no one. Gets a little bit of damage onto Gelclord, but they tank through that. Keldon getting zoned away. Unibeam eaten and absorbed. But the thing is, despite not finding pickups, finally going to get onto Lemonade. The numbers advantage is still heavily in favor of Smelvin right now on the objective. Felix once again going in for round 2. Really wants to try and take out Leo. But they're alone. Their team is isolated. They're forced to just take the rotation and join their team and try to take down the front line. Magic pushing forward. Josh and Grooting are trying to get onto that backline, and they're succeeding. Leo pushing forward aggressively, but that Unibeam just does too much damage. Phoenix can't contest that. Forced to back up into the fate of both worlds. They've already lost Keldon as they push on through, trying to get onto the point. 79% currently. Galactic Legend trying to take out Leo, but there is a fate of both worlds. Leo descends to the low ground. They react so quickly. Darkchild for Josh, pushing on through. Once Chaofan not able to find the damage. Fate of both worlds from Kieran, tanking their team through that push. And Smelvin, a well-oiled machine here. They're trying to zone out Lemon Oak, prevent them from stepping back on that point, which they will succeed in doing. Felix can't make it in time. Hell's Heaven. Landing's frozen airfield is captured. So we head to Super Soldier Factory. Smelvin, a well-oiled machine this game, just grabbing every opportunity, synergizing perfectly. Leo, instead of the crazy evasive maneuvers that we have been seeing from some Iron Men, is just immediately descending to Kieran. Kieran knows it's time to heal, and even though the front line isn't being that pressured, it's still worth it to cancel out that ultimate. from Felix on the Star-Lord. And as such, Felix going to be swapping over to the Psylocke. Head Shippo on this Black Panther has been struggling to find any pickups. In fact, you can see that their whole team has one final hit so far, and it's Lemon Elk. Quite the stark difference this time.
3, 2, 1.
Let's see if they can do this though. Oblivion, they're not out yet, and even if they get taken out this map, they still have at least one more to try and fight back.
Not by Doom's hand or any other.
Leo on a very wide flank here. We'll run into a Psylocke, not exactly the place you want to be. Forcing the retreat though immediately with now a wraparound because they know the Psylocke will just try and wrap around and finish them off here. Evasive maneuvers. They have that invincible pulse cannon. Leo showing up, moving. Not actually helping their team that much right now, but giving them a little bit of space. Maximum pulse cannon takes out Chaofan on the backline. But Kieran and Dinas fall as well, while Smelvin were trying to make a play onto the point. We saw Leo was isolated off to the side, was unable to get the right angle here. Lemon Elk chasing down Josh, gets a door, playing hyper aggro right now with this Hulk Smash. Counter Hulk Smash from Grooting with the absolute wombo. Trying to force him into banner. Grooting's Hulk Smash will expire. They're focused down. Unbreakable Guard will buy them the time they need though. Holding the line for the moment. Hedge Hippo on the high ground because Oblivion have finally taken a defensive position. They hold the objective right now. So they're trying to keep the pressure on, keep piling on damage and hold this point to keep themselves in this tournament. They're guaranteed second place, but who wants to settle for that when there's still a chance? Frenzied arrival. Feast from the Abyss, not finding any targets. Door really wants Head Chippo. As they've already taken down Felix, it looks like Oblivion maybe losing this initial point. Leo getting chased down here. A little bit of trouble. Down goes Jelklord, who was diving them pretty hard. Trying to melt Lemon out, getting good damage. Invincible Pulse Cannon is at the ready. Hedge Hippo into the back line. Will be dashing out of there. Pulse Cannon finds damage, but it's healed immediately. The Fate of both worlds on the counter. Chaofan keeping their team alive as the Feast from the Abyss comes out. Tanking through, bound together by Dinas. They get taken out here. Felix on the flank, trying to get onto Leo. Hedge Hippo, low, finished off. It's up to Felix and Lemon Elk mostly now, which they are getting the value out of Keldon on that Venom themselves. Trying to add a little bit of protection, but Adore takes them out. Good pickup by Felix on the reaction, but there's too much tankiness with Adore and Grooting. Here comes the Dance of the Butterfly to tank on through. They get Adore. Big damage onto Grooting, but Leo is once again in the air, trying to get some counters there, trying to get a push as Josh is taken down. The blind is perfect here, and Oblivion are holding. 99% in overtime. Chaofan picked up one, keeping the team up as overtime ticks down, and they are still in it. We're heading to Eldritch Monument. Could this be the start of the Oblivion comeback? As they've got a point on the board here. If they can take Eldritch Monument, then they'll have a map on the board. Are we seeing any hero swaps here? Looks like the answer might be no.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Jelklord and Dinas sticking with that cloak and daggers.
Where I come from,
Chaofan and Kieran
you are known as
still locked in on these lunar snows. The drafts completely identical, except for Hedge Hippo on that Black Panther and Leo on that Iron Man.
The battle starts in 5,
They are the difference makers.
3, 2, 1.
Which one will emerge victorious?
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Rollout coming in as we head to that Eldritch Monument to get themselves set up. Lemonelk playing very far forward. A little bit of damage onto Leo, but Leo is healed up quickly. On the push from behind, pressure with Black Panther on the other side, giving them 2 angles. They get Kieran. The triple dive has an absolutely insane amount of value if they're not protected, which they are not here. As Dinas goes down, but in the meantime, Leo are contesting, took out 2. Tackled out of the air by Lemonelk, though. Can they get the finishing blows? Yes, they can. Lemonelk once again proving themselves invaluable to this team. Lemonelk with the Hulk smash, buying some time. Here comes the dance of the butterfly from Josh in the backline, taking out Chaofan. Lemonelk and Keldon trying to tank through, trying to get that damage feast from the abyss, but Keldon still forced to back up, frenzied arrival, little bit of damage, and then dash away. Has to shield, a little bit nervous, don't want to get picked off. They're a little bit outnumbered here. In fact, they're very outnumbered here. We will see them get taken out. That's going to be Smelvin taking the point back. Oblivion, 26%. Smelvin just beginning their charge. Invincible Pulse Cannon at the ready, as is the fate of both worlds. And the Eternal Bond. On the other side, Dance of the Butterfly. Vast Descent. Fate of both worlds. This one's bugged. Leo poking away. Getting good damage onto Felix. There's a Unibeam to try and melt through. Invincible Pulse kind of being held onto for the last moment because everyone is so mobile. You want to use all of their abilities, and if you can wait out or at least take out that fate of both worlds. Forced to dash away. Leo escapes. Dinas with the Eternal Bond is trying to keep the team upright. Vast Descent coming in as they dive onto the backline. Hedge Hippo took out Kieran. Trying to look for more. Hedge Hippo goes down. Felix on the wraparound really wants to try and take out Leo, which they do with the help of Gelclord. Gelclord being targeted down, but dropping as much damage as they can. They will stealth away, but they will get picked off here. Smelvin holding on to the point, 65% right now. Doing as much damage as they can, chasing back Lemonelk. Oblivion, no ultimates available. They're about to have that feast from the abyss. And Hulk Smash is on the way, but there is still a feast from the abyss and a Hulk Smash available for Smelvin. 82%. Are Smelvin about to hit match point? They look to potentially try and set themselves up to be our first champions. Keldon trying to make their way to the point, pressuring the backline to get more space. Hedge Hippo and Keldon, they take out both the strategists, allowing them to touch the point, and Oblivion are looking to keep themselves in this as they pressure in, doing as much damage as they can. Leo drops low, picked off by Felix, but Hedge Hippo goes down to Grooting. Pushing through, a door, face to the abyss, not finding as much damage as I'm sure they would like, as Felix with the Dance of the Butterfly is doing so much damage, takes out a door. Grooting isolated out with the moving terrain, forced away. They actually might chase them down there, Felix. Grooting knows that they will be targeted. They're going to get out of there. Respawn with their team. Don't get staggered. Dinas on the push.
My time to shine. Your team's capture progress has passed the half.
Felix and Leo once again going at it with the brawl. 55 to 99 in favor of Smelvin, but Oblivion hold point. Down goes Chaofan. Smelvin, slow but steady, creeping onto the point, trying to take out Gelclord, which they do, but Josh has been taken out. Leo trying to get onto Felix, who's focused down. Psionic Stealth, they can't find them as Lemonelk is causing a little bit of grief. Hulk Smash has to be used because they dropped so low. Keldon's shield is also disintegrating here as Leo gets stunned down by Lemonelk. Lemonelk with these dives has been absolutely insane. They force Banner off the point. 85%. Oblivion losing both their strategists right off the bat. They still hold. A door may have to be the one to touch the point. Josh, gonna be first. Might lose their life for it. Josh actually got out of there on 1 hit point. It's all about a door now. Trying to hold the line, give time for their team to come back in. Kieran already down. Josh is basically non-existent. Blast Descent coming in. Leo trying to melt, completely blinded against Gelclord, but they have 6 hit points left. Down they go. And the bodies on the point aren't exactly the tankiest. Grooting is in banner mode. Down goes Danis. And the door tried to hold it. Josh with a last-ditch effort, but once they're in that dance of the butterfly, they aren't touching that point. And that is going to be Oblivion taking a map, bringing the score 2-1. Lemon Elk, well deserved once again. Might start to see some Hulk bans. 9 final hits. Being beaten out by Josh and Leo. But it didn't matter at the end once momentum started to come in. Oblivion finding their feet. They're able to close that out. 20k damage for Felix. Barely beating out Josh on 19. Top healing. Almost exactly the same between Dinis and Chaofan. Kieran, about 1k behind. Not a big difference. Keeping up very nicely. Gelclord, a little bit behind in terms of the healing, but also about 2k ahead in terms of damage. So making up the difference there. And damage blocked. 25k going over to Grooting. But not enough to close that out. Lemon Elk and Keldon going hyper aggressive. Making it work. That is a very intense game. We finally have a point on the board for Oblivion. Is this the start of the comeback? We still have, at minimum, 2 games. If Smelvin win 2 games, it's over. If Oblivion win 3 games, it's over. So we have plenty of time. Let's see who is able to get a point on the board as we get ready for map number 4. Thank you all for watching. Reminder, be sure to like the video, subscribe to Tetcher, and turn on notifications. I feel like a speak and spell when I have to go through this list of stuff. But if I don't say it, less people do it. So I do have to say it. Thank you all for watching. Much love. See you all in a moment.
Taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new song. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing. All here for the taking.
This cold is going to eliminate me. Hopefully not before I get this game done. Oblivion on the left, Smelvin now on the right. We're heading to Hall of Jalia. It is convergence with Oblivion starting on the defense. And there's some respect. Black Panther going to be the first to get banned out here. Wolverine getting secured. I'm going to guess Dr. Strange secure for Smelvin. There it is. Was a little too scary last time. Not having that Dr. Strange, seeing how quickly the members of Oblivion were able to adjust to a completely different aggressive playstyle. And again, targeting onto Chaofan. Taking away that Mantis. And Iron Man, another well-deserved ban, even though Oblivion beat it. Not for them, thank you. Head Sheppo looking at that Wolverine once again. Leo hovering the Namor for their first initial push setup, but not looking it in yet. Lemonelk is hovering Jeff, but let's be honest, no. And Grooting, that Hulk allowed through once again. Back to very similar drafts to last time here, to the earlier games. Lemonelk giving their team a quick speed boost, doing a spin for style. And then to the Hulk. To the Hulk.
Doctor Strange,
Pretty much the same draft as 2 games ago. Did work out for them. Smelvin, not yet hyper committing, but they don't really have to yet. Josh, looking at a Hawkeye for their team here, and Leo currently hovering Star-Lord.
5, 4, 3.
See if they lock in on that. Makes it out the base. So Leo gonna be harassing while the rest of the team, by the looks of it, goes for a portal. Forces Felix to back up at a door. No portal. They just make their way down on foot. A portal attempting to just trick people into running off the map there. No such trick is fallen for. Smelvin on to the point. Pushing back Keldon, who is taken out very quickly here. Hench Hippo, without an extra front line, we're going to be backing away here. Waiting for the next angle. Lemonelk also going to retreat. They're just going to give that up right off the bat here. Smelvin taking the first point in convincing fashion here. Making their way up with that statue of Bast. Doing as much damage as they can. Quick pickup by Felix. Showing just how scary that Psylocke can be with how quick the eliminations can be. Damage onto Head Chippo, onto the front line overall, trying to just melt their way through. Leo pressuring. No Adam Warlocks, no revives for Leo here. It's all about just how much damage they can do. Head Chippo on the high ground, waiting to see if anyone steps out.
Even better than my mutant power.
In the meantime, Lemonelk pushing up here. Pushing forward, good freeze by Luna Snow. Charge back from the Wolverine. Josh trying to just force Lemonelk off the point. Smelvin in full retreat here. The isolation was attempted, but Oblivion are still tanking. Both teams now with that Wolverine. It was Josh who was attempting that kidnap.
A nice deep freeze.
Classic Hulk collision mid-air there. Lemonelk stunned out. Unbreakable guard. Eye of Agamotto. Big drop. Stuns out Josh and Grooting. Can they tag on through it as Josh will be woken up here onto Chaofan. Has that last stand if needed. Does the butterfly coming out from Felix to try and melt through, but everyone is tanking this. Eye of Agamotto came out, stunning out Keldon there, who drops low. Leo with the Galactic Legend trying to chase down Josh or anyone they can reach here. Josh went down. Adore, Kieran, all taken out. Dini's also getting wiped off the board here, meaning that Leo loses that ultimate. Not able to find anyone on Oblivion here.
I was looking for one of these.
Head Chippo. Looking for their targets. Waiting for their team to give them the opportunity to step up here. Rooting back on that Hulk. Their way forward. They'd love to get that Doctor Strange. Anyone will do though. Last stand came out. Josh picks up the triple there with the last stand. Diving in. A beautiful setup, but Leo will fall. As Keldon's able to pick one up, Keldon will go down in exchange, and we're going to see Banner burst it down as well. Oblivion cleaned up Smelvin, who were held in that spawn for a long time. Finally starting to get some meters underneath that cart. The statue begins to progress. Lemonel pushing forward. The slow arrival peeking over the edge from a door there. I love that. Lemonel down into the backline. Has to Hulk smash to stay upright. Diving deep, giving their team time. That is a huge blow up. Aya Magamoto comes out. Hedge Hippo, Gelclord taking out Garooting. And Lemon Elk piling on the pressure. Fate of both worlds comes out, shuts down any further push. But Oblivion, they get yet another hold halfway through, a minute and 49 to go. Galactic Legend at the ready for Leo. A little bit of pressure onto Lemon Elk on that high ground. Galactic Legend coming out here, being blocked out, trying to get rid of anyone, but the tank is a little too much. Finally finds Felix, who was isolated off to the side there. Only finds one, but one is better than none. Keldon getting pressured, pushed back here. Hedge Hippo with the unbreakable guard, looking for a target, finds no one. They've got some good healing. Being patient. They want to try and get someone here. They want to try and isolate, but Hedge Hippo forced up to the high ground. Map healing activated. Tries to get on to Garooting, which they will get the isolation on in that Hulk smash percentage damage. Aya Magamoto from behind by a Dawn for the turnaround, but they're still tanking through. Garooting and Hulk smash trying to buy a little bit of extra time, as we have seen Lemon Elk pump down into Hulk. Chaofan, down to Banner, sorry. Chaofan popped into this Fate of both worlds to try and keep the team up, but we've already lost Lemon Elk and Keldon, and Oblivion are getting pushed back once again. Down goes Chaofan.
Who needs Panthers when you got a Wolverine?
Kieran, Fate of both worlds. Tank through, nice and easy. Deal with that dance of the butterfly. Felix goes down. Portal coming out somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where that happened though. There's the portal. Lemon Elk forced to back away. Looks like it was to cut off the engagement by cutting off those hallways. Give the opportunity for Smelvin to try and make it a little bit more distance here. Here comes Oblivion though. There's the last stand from Hedge Hippo. Trying to dive into that backline, getting some good damage. Healed up, tanking through as Lemon Elk takes out Dinas. Kieran already taken out as well. As Leo, very far in the background, is just trying to get some punishment onto Felix. 60 seconds to hit point number 3. To give Smelvin the best chance of achieving that point. Lemon out into the backline. Once again, trying to cause pressure, trying to bully Kieran, who's about to have the Fate of both worlds. Galactic Legend coming out from Leo into the backline. Who can they find? The answer is no one. Everyone getting healed up. They get focused down by Lemon Elk, who dove in deep. Hulk smash expiring, but they bought time, forcing them out. Clone coming in. Dinas with that Fate of both worlds, buying a little bit of extra time so they can try and push up. Aya Magamoto comes out, finds no one. Keldon stunned out. Oblivion's main defensive frontliner getting taken out here. Felix pressuring in, trying to keep pressure to allow Lemon Elk time to back up. Here comes the dive. Hedge Hippo forcing them back. Felix dropped low. Still has Dance of the Butterfly to dive on it as they need to. Josh being very patient as well. Has that final stand. tries to get the isolation, not able to find it. Felix darts at the butterfly, but it's being tagged through. Aya Magamoto comes out, stuns out Henshippo and Lemonok. Lemonok will be dropping back into Banner as Chaofan drops the fate of both worlds to keep the team going. Felix tagging through to the best of their ability. Josh dropped low, barely tagging through, barely upright. Wants to try and get onto it. Galactic Legend comes out, trying to take out any of these backliners. If they can take out Luna, that is huge, as Smelvin look to try and clean up these defenders. They want Felix. They want to take them out so bad. Josh with the dive gets the double onto Keldon and Felix. That might give them the space they need. The double when they'd already lost two themselves means they still might have an opportunity, but down goes Josh. Smelvin, who do they have? Portal, not in time.
Your current score is 0-2-2.
94-49
Switch things up.
and 2 points
You're on.
for Smelvin. That was a solid final defense by Oblivion.
This one.
Oblivion, if they can beat that, they are evening up the maps. If Smelvin can halt them any sooner, then Smelvin will be on match point and 1 game away from being our champions. Let's see if we get any hero swap arounds here. Looks like Leo maybe bringing out the Namor here. Josh sticking with Psylocke. Let's have a look at the statistics at half time here.
Get ready.
Josh and Felix topping the final hit numbers. Not too surprising. Top damage currently being done by Felix. 18k, 4k more than anyone else in the game. Top tanking, Amor and Keldon, almost identical. And top healing, Jelklord with a 4k boost on anyone on the enemy team, 3k on their own team.
Every spell cast has its price. My debt is deep.
Considerations for a portal, but not going to be seeing one.
Render me assistance.
Lemonelk already pushing up very aggressively here. Trying to make space for the team. Draw some of that fire. Going to be a little difficult, so as you can see, Leo on that high ground has a great position to cut people off at this angle. Good damage onto that backline. Oceanic Dominions, Frozen Spawns on cooldown to try and maximize damage output. They forced the corner wraparound from Oblivion, but now Oblivion have the position where they have cut off all reinforcements. Every elimination they get right now onto Smelvin is going to be fantastic for them and give them the opportunity to try and push their way in. Grooting, isolated, damage output is good. Trying to force their way through, but Hench Hippo will be the one to fall. Grooting tags through. Chaofan goes down. Jelklord taken out. Lemonelk in full retreat here, getting chased down by Dinas. Not able to get the final hit. Lemonelk barely able to get out of there. Portal from Keldon, getting the team right back in there. No time for delays, no hesitation, but look at that assault on the high ground from Leo. An absolute firing squad there. Finally, it will be broken by Lemonelk. Meaning Leo, a little bit of trouble here, but they've got Grooting, protecting them, giving them the space and time they need. Now focusing on to Keldon. Horde of Proteus onto the high ground. It's good damage, but a lot of it was blocked by shields. Oceanic Dominions. Defensive position. Ocean, we see the Aquatic Blessing to avoid that Dance of the Butterflies to keep Leo in this fight. But Hench Hippo in a position to split the team in two. Pushing through. Buying time. Trying to force their way through here. Dinas goes down. Dinas, who was on that Loki, copied the Wolverine to try and dive through, but it's not enough as Oblivion going to be able to force Smelvin off the point, and they will take that statue. 1 out of 2 points, and then 94.5 meters. will do the job. Keldon front lining beautifully right now. Adore sees Head Shippo on the side, not going to have any of that. Has a full shield, juggling it though, maximize your damage output. A little bit of a dive on a Proteus, sidestep very nicely there. Hulk smash from Lemino, dance on the butterfly, onto the backline, immediately going to be forcing out the fate of both worlds from Kieran, as Smelvin looks to just try and shut this down with only one ult of their own. There's the Eye of Agamotto being held onto by Keldon. It could be dropped any second here. Trying to force their way through. Now that's a lot of defensive abilities being dropped. Siege in from above. Gentle float into the Eye of Agamotto. That's going to be a quadruple. Smelvin's defense disintegrates. They get Grooting and Josh to make it a full team wipe. And Oblivion are looking to even up this map score as they cruise on into point 2. They now need 94.5 meters. And they will be 2-2 in this grand final. Xiaofan staying with the cart, keeping the healing up and making sure that they get the maximum value there. Hedge Hippo dropped low, will get healed up. They really want to try and isolate someone to the high ground. They can find someone on their own, like perhaps Adorn on Doctor Strange, taking them down. They lose themselves for it, though. It's a 2-for-1. Head Hippo and Felix both falling. Now Grooting, tanking for their team here. Oh, we got some stunner. Josh trying to take down Lemino, buying themselves a little bit of extra time here. But Lemino is piling on the pressure while Keldon isn't hit. While Keldon is on the point, dance to the butterfly. They tank through a little bit, but without Felix, Xiaofan, that fate of both worlds is all that's really keeping them in this fight. Dinas with the copy, fate of both worlds, giving the team a little bit of extra tankiness to push through and try and force Oblivion off that point. Lemino delaying their ultimate, holding on to it for the last moment because their team is going down. They'd rather wait it out. The card is still moving, by the way. If someone does not touch that, the card will just get that on its own. There we go. Look at that. They'll realize. They'll stand on the car. The car almost just made it because no one was standing on it. Something we have seen already in MRC. That's an Eye of Agamotto coming out from a door, and it is working. Smelvin cleaning out Oblivion once again. With 2 minutes remaining, 5 meters to go. Smelvin have their work cut out for them. Keldon has the Eye of Agamotto. Eternal Bond for Jouklord. Hulk Smash, Lemino. Been so valuable. Dancing the Butterflies, and of course, the final stand. How appropriate a name. Dancing the Butterfly coming out from Felix, tackling them directly into Dancing the Butterfly. Hedge Hippo with the pressure here. Oh, the Proteus came out from Leo as they pick up the double. And Smelvin are once again cleaning up Oblivion, who suddenly are getting absolutely nothing every single one of these fights. Lemino forced into batter. They'll get staggered. Retreat back to the spawn. Now they can swap to another character, swap back to Hulk. And that will give them the Hulk transformation once again. And Hippo has that last stand, still held onto it. There is the finish line. Last stand coming in. Big damage, but mostly taking out Loki clones. Hedge Hippo goes down to Grooting, who is holding the line for the moment. Eye of Agamotto comes out. Huge move by Oblivion as they take out a door. And Leo, Dinas gets taken out on the side. Kieran chased down by Lemino as they push on through. Lemino is trying to buy time as Grooting is going to be the bastion of defense. 400 health left. Trying to get back onto that card as it's creeping forward. It's right there. Josh trying to hold Tribe, trying to buy any moment for their team. Portal. Eye of Oh no! From Smelvin! A door onto the point. Oh, what a Proteus! The portal may have just saved this game for them, but Oblivion are giving up without a fight. Here comes the dance and the butterfly from Felix to try and melt through. Keldon takes out Kieran, but Lemonelk has fallen. That's one of their main tanks. Head Chippo making their way back from spawn. Chaofan trying to keep Keldon up as that overtime is ticking down. Smelvin, they're holding with 30 centimeters to go. They're holding on. Lemonelk's charging in. Gelclord can't make it. And that is going to be match point being set up for Smelvin.
Another epic victory.
31 centimeters. That's what was in it at that final push. Smelvin, Adore takes MVP. 27k damage. Only a little bit behind Leo's 30k, which will top the board, overtaking Felix's basically 30k. Top healing. Gelclord putting on such a performance. 48k. Chaofan 42k. 35 and 30 for Kieran and Dini's. But it's not enough. They're trying desperately to keep the side of Oblivion going. But Smelvin, they are moving so well in conjunction with each other. Always where they need to be at the last possible moment. But it's not over yet. This is match point. Smelvin are one win away from becoming our first Marvel Rivals Championship Europe champions for console. Can Oblivion make their way back into this? They need 3 wins now to take this in a row. If Smelvin take a single one, then they'll be the first champions, and Oblivion will have to wait until Season 1. Let's find out as we get set up for map number 5.
I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You are not as tough as I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough defeat. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You were not as tough though. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough defeat. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You were not as tough as me.
This could be it. If Smelvin are able to win on Shin Shibuya, then they will be our first Europe console champions for Season 0. If Oblivion can guide that spider in, then they will begin what could be one of the most epic comebacks we have ever seen. Hela removed immediately by Oblivion. Wolverine taken out one more time. Smelvin just sticking with what they know works at this point. They seem to have found a little bit of a pattern. Black Panther getting secured. Keeping the options for Hedge Hippo open. Really just bouncing back and forth between these two so far. Iron Man removed again.
right heroes could make all
We're
the
going to see
difference.
Luna Snow finally getting banned out here. Smelvin mixing it up at the last possible moment. They take out Luna Snow, and as such, we're going to see Smelvin and Oblivion both going for the strategy that kind of made Oblivion famous getting up to this point here. Mantis, Adam Warlock, and Star-Lord for both teams. Very interesting. Pressure is on. Smelvin, one win away from becoming immortalized in the history books. There will only be one first ever. And Dinas, Leo, Josh, Adore, Kieran, and Grooting are one win away from having that next to their name forever. Oblivion. It's not over for them, though. There is still a chance, a little bit of a team meeting there at the opening. No portals, just straight through the building. Oblivion, 3 wins in a row. And not only will they be immortalized as the first champions, but they will be having that asterisk next to their name of never giving up. Of when the chips are down, when the pressure's on, they do not flinch. An intimidating asterisk to have next to you as a team. As they begin to push on in. Leo on the low ground currently, but dancing around, finds Felix. The 1v1 gets the pickup right away. Hedge Hippo drops low. Needs to find some healing, will get some. Mantis, oh, the Hulks. Hello, both of them are here. Hedge Hippo getting a little bit of extra damage, forced to back away. Lemonel forced into that Bruce Banner form. Not a matchup they're going to have an easy time with, but they're able to get down Grooting with the counter. Transformation. Grooting goes down. Leo into that cocoon in Oblivion. Piling on the pressure right now. Trying to step onto that point, but the cocoon, Felix already back. Keldon. Felix is going to be eliminated once again, taken out by the Aquatic Dominion. Leo also back, thanks to that cocoon. Again, sieging from above, focusing onto Lemonelk. No flanks, only pressure. Portal from behind, just Keldon currently. Adore trying to hold the entrance while part of the team made their way through the portal. That means the rest of them are over here. Grooting coming in, trying to help protect them, but Adore may have been the border they can chew here. There comes the Eye of Agamotto, but it's blocked by the shields. Leo is down. Adore's getting focused here. Kieran off to the side, getting focused down, will get picked off here as Felix drops that Galactic Legend. Hedge Hippo has swapped off Black Panther and is now the Moon Knight. Trying to focus down, trying to snowball this into their first point. There's the Blaster Mirage from Felix during the transformation, guaranteeing the pickup onto... Whoa, Kieran! Triple revive! They're pushing back in as the point is that close to being capped at 84.33%. They push on through. Kieran brings back Dinas. Dinas goes down. Leo goes down. The revive was good, but what else do they have? We're going to see Kieran getting focused down. Eye of Agamotto from Keldon coming out. There comes Moon Knight with the hand of Khonshu, and it looks like Oblivion may be able to lock this in, but no, getting focused down themselves. Karmic Revival from Telclord so that they can push in one more time themselves. Stepping up, gets Lemonelk, can't get to Chaofan. Chaofan going to be coming back via Cocoon, in fact. They get the revive, but where's the momentum? They've lost their chance on the point. Everyone is now back. It's just turned into a second push. 60 seconds remaining, you heard it. As Josh trying to focus them down, they get taken out of Dawn, barely standing here. There comes the Soul Resurgence from both sides, Oblivion and Smelvin. Medina felt theirs a little bit later, so they go for the turnaround play, trying to push back in. Adore with the Eye of Agamotto, the only ultimate currently available, trying to wait for their perfect opportunity. They forced back the members of Oblivion with 30 seconds left. Oblivion realized they'd much rather regroup than get eliminated. Eye of Agamotto from above, lands in, and a Warlock taken out. Galactic Legend for Felix to try and turn this round, give them an extra bit of time. They take out Kieran. But they go down to Josh. Those aquatic dominions are getting so much work done. Josh gets Hench Hippo. 10 seconds left. Oblivion, their hopes and dreams are falling away as Smelvin are holding on point 1 here.
The current score is
90.5%. That's it. A single point, not even a single point, a tick of a percentage counter is now all that stands between Smelvin and immortality. Will they adjust their picks? That draft seemed to work well. Is the more their choice on the attack? It had to come down to this. Star-Lord being mostly ignored by these teams. Up till this point, only really appearing once. And it comes down to the Battle of the Stars. A war of stars, one might say. Where lords of some kind and some kind of masters, let's say,
30 seconds before you attack.
take sides and look to take victory.
Conflict is growing more dire with every new challenge that we face.
Josh has yet to select. Not locking in on that, Namor, or anyone else yet. They could try a Doctor Strange portal with a Punisher. It's worked for them before. Hench Hippo
4,
bringing out the Namor themselves.
2, 1.
Are we going to see a portal? Or is it a direct assault? Because this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Oblivion's entire tournament life now is resting on the shoulders of 91%. Portal off the map being dropped, but that also is being used as a nice little barrier by the members of Smelvin, giving them a little bit of freedom here. Counter portal to the high ground, giving them the assault spot, making their way in from behind. Trying to push on through, trying to make space. Gelclord dropped low, but able to escape here. Josh on the high ground, currently uncontested. Getting some good damage output here, forcing their way through. They get Felix into that cocoon. Pressure's on, a door goes down. Kieran revives right away. Grooting's taken out as Oblivion wipe the attack of Smelvin. Felix returning with their team as Gelclord takes out Dinas. And Smelvin, the pressure is still on, 2 minutes 40. And they have yet to get a single percentage point, let alone the 90.6 they need to win. Lovely defense right now by Oblivion. Fighting like their tournament life depends on it, because it does. Kieran getting dropped low, will get taken out. No cocoon here. Soul Resurgence not in time to save. Chaofan matching it in line here. Both teams trying to keep their team up. Lemino pressuring in. Leo dropped low, forced to dash away, takes them out of the fight. Felix chasing them down here, but that takes them off the point, leaving Hench Hippo as the damage output to try and zone and defend here. Josh taken out. Leo got Felix as well, though, on the flank. Grooting. Transforming. Trying to buy their team some time to return here. Horde of Proteus trying to split the team. Finds absolutely no one. Josh returning from spawn. Hench Hippo getting zoned out pretty hard here. Karmic Revival comes out. Brings back Lemon Elk and Chaofan as they come on in. Leo, Galactic Legend, to cement themselves as legends. Horde of Proteus comes down. Hench Hippo goes down. Kelden goes down. They're holding it. They're capping. Here comes Lemon Elk to try and delay, but they're back in banner. There's no one left. This could be it. It's ticking up. They're forced off the point, and that's gonna be it, folks. Felix, the last-ditch effort, will be forced off the point. Trying to transform, but it's too late. Smelvin will take the the point and will be your first Europe console champions.
Another epic victory!
Adore with the MVP at the end to close out this Season 0 for Europe. 27 assists for Dinas. 15k healing. 1k more than Xiaofan. The Adam Warlock's basically identical. Damage blocked 20k to 21k. Adore earning that MVP. 11k damage, which is actually the highest in the game. As well as picking up 8 eliminations. Only one behind Felix, who got SVP. They got to play the Star-Lord. We got to see why they're so good at it. But once again, Smelvin, with the wraparound play. Felix and Leo entering into that 1v1 behind, away from their teams. And Leo coming out on top, removing Felix for just long enough for them to dive in and take the position. And that is it. In third place, Goina team. In second place, incredible work. Beautiful performance. It is Oblivion. So much improvement from game to game. I cannot wait to see them in Season 1 because if they keep improving, they're already the second best and they keep getting better every game. I can't wait to see Oblivion in Season 1. I hope they're back. But your Season 0 champions, well deserved, looking so strong in almost every match they brought in here. And able to close this out in a 4-1 in the grand finals. It is Smelvin. Congratulations to Grooting, Adore, Leo, Josh, Dinas, and Kieran. Huge congratulations to them. They are your Europe Console Season 0 champions. And I have been your unofficial Europe Console Season 0 caster. I do not get paid by anyone to do this yet. No sponsors or anything. I do not get paid by Marvel. This is all me just doing it. The only income I get from this is going to be from AdSense and from YouTube members and just any support that you guys choose to give me. Just by watching the videos you're of course supporting, thanks to the ad revenue. Especially you YouTube Premium people. Thank you all so much for that. But I am doing this because I love it. This game is fantastic. I retired from casting for like 4 years. And this game has brought me back. And I'm so glad it has. It's so fun. And even though I'm casting lightheaded on all the medication with a cold, I'm still just so happy to be here. Sitting in my little room in the dark, yelling at this absolute masterpiece of a game. And I hope you'll all keep joining me for it. If you are, maybe consider leaving a subscription, turning on notifications so you can see when each video comes out. If you really want to support, become a member. That way you can see the videos a day early whenever possible. Support that way. And of course, leave a like, leave a comment. Let the algorithm interaction always gets it pushed more in the algorithm. So leaving comments are pretty cool. Mentioning character names actually really does help as well because the Marvel characters are pretty good in the algorithm. So throwing in some character names actually does give the video a little boost. So leave a comment. And of course, answer the question I threw at the start. If you think Smelvin went head-to-head versus Team Cats, the PC winners for Europe, who do you think would win? And if anyone happens to have a little bit of income lying around, wants to set up a show match, I will more than happily bring it to you. But for now, I have been Tetcher. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. next time. Tomorrow, we start with Asia. Let's get going on the consoles. Thank you for watching. See you all next time.